What did I tell you about Sagittarians? If they can't learn, earn, or grow from you, they don't want no party. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com for these Mick shades in tortoise. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Smokey Robinson. Harvey Fuqua of Harvey and the Moonglows, a master musician, blew into town with a mysterious guy named Marvin Gaye. They started working with Anna Gordy at her small record label. Anna and Harvey recorded a song written by Barry and Janie Bradford on Barrett Strong called Money, That's What I Want, an anthem for us all. By then, Barry had decided to go national with sales. Annie asked him to distribute Money. He did, along with Way Over There. Our song did well, but Barrett's Money broke the bank, becoming Motown's first coast-to-coast stone smash. Finally, we were a legit national firm. We were kicking ass. Work with Barry asked me. We've been cutting all these singles. Now albums are starting to happen. I want you to do an album for Barrett. I'd studied Barry's studio style long enough. It was time to do it alone, or so I thought. I wrote a thing called Shop Around in a half hour. Barry got excited. This could be something, he said, headed to the piano to fool with the chords. 40 minutes later, we had the song. I want you to sing it, Smoke, he insisted. It's for Barrett. It'll be a hit on The Miracles, trust me. I produced and recorded it on The Miracles with a slow, bluesy beat. I did this, okay? So they didn't record it, Shop Around. Something ain't right. Barry Gordy ain't happy. He's tried a different way. Look, Smoke, he said, his voice filled with passion. I don't want to criticize your production, man, but I got a new idea for re-recording it. I got a different beat and ... Good, I said, closing my eyes. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I want to record the sucker tonight. That's crazy. The musicians are waiting. I can't believe this. They're already out in the studio. You're out of your mind, Barry. It's 3 a.m. I don't give a shit what time it is. Just wake up Claudette, call the cats, and get them over there. I'm telling you, Smoke. So that reminds me when I was in college, how whenever I would brainstorm or whenever I got ideas for a paper that I was writing, man, I used to be a fabulous writer. Fabulous, man. When I tell you I could write a 40-page paper so well, you get that outline together, baby, and all is well. Remember that. I've long graduated college, so my brain doesn't work like it used to. And unfortunately, I find myself at a loss for words a lot. Leave it to me, said Barry, nearly frantic with enthusiasm, sitting at the keyboard where he led the session, speeding up the tempo and simplifying the rhythm. A few weeks later, the results were in. Shop Around was a #1 smash. My mama told me, you better shop around. Shop Around was a #1 smash on the white chart as well as the black. This was the song that established Motown and the Miracles, and along with Money, That's What I Want, sent the company sailing into orbit. In the office, Barry's sister Lousie was working the books, while Sister Esther and Barney Ellis were setting up a dynamite sales force. First national, then International. Barney was white, the first of many whites to help us in our struggle to succeed. See, our idea was to win, to make hit records while controlling production and sales. That meant we'd need the expertise of people more experienced than us. Our specialty was black music. That's what we knew. That's who we were. But that didn't mean we didn't want the help of everyone. Very good way of explaining it. Barry, I believe, was hip in another regard. He believed in women, not just as secretaries, but as executives. His first two vice presidents were women, Raynoma and Lousy. Or is it Lucy? Y'all told me before. Through the years, women played a major role in running the company. His own mama, a powerful, world-wise lady, showed him that fencing in females was foolish. Barry was big on letting people prove themselves based on skill, not sex or color. Despite the astonishing amount of talent in the history of black music, there'd never been a big-time record company owner who was black. This was the gold Barry was going for. To get it, he was smart enough to know that in many areas, others were smarter than him. Barry was proud, but practically, he'd hire anyone who'd help him score. What did I tell you about Sagittarians? If they can't learn, earn, or grow from you, they don't want no part of you. Hence, the reason why he married Sugar Ray. Raynoma Gordy Singleton. Sugar Ray was musically trained. So whatever it is he didn't know about the music, she could teach him. Off the success of Shop Around, we returned to the Apollo. This time, our heads high. That first fearful experience was nothing but an ugly memory. We weren't headliners yet, but we were third from the top. Our dancing was sharper. We were styling and stepping with confidence. Sometimes I think heaven is stepping out at the Apollo on the heels of a hit. We'd sing our songs, get a standing ovation, go back to the dressing room, only to be called out again. Even after the other acts were on to repeat Shop Around, sang it 3 times in one show. Backstage, it looked like every kid from the audience was asking for our autographs. Women were lined up on 126th Street behind our dressing room, throwing flowers at our window. It was wild. Ronnie, Bobby, Pete, Claudette, Smokey. We couldn't believe they knew us by name, but they did, screaming for us as we ran for the car. What a mistake to put our names on the door. We barely escaped the mob. I was sure my life was ending. Had a 106-degree temperature. Man, I was shaking like I had malaria. I was delirious, far too sick to sing. I did not know this part until we read the Mary Wells book. I think one of my people, Mac, was the person that was like, it is a good read. It's a very good read. I didn't know that it would be this good, but I mean, I came up off that bullshit and now I'm reading. We were staying at a boarding house across the street from the Howard Theater in D.C. Each night after the last show, Claudette would rush me to the hospital where the doctors would throw me in this huge thing that looked like a laundry basket. They would fill it with ice to bring down my temperature. The crazy contraption saved my life. Later, they said I was America's first victim of the Asian flu, an honor I could have lived without. The show, though, had to go on, and the miracles went on without me. Headed south for a grueling tour of 52 nighters. Recuperating back in Detroit, I picked up the phone a few weeks later. It was Barry in a jovial mood. Hey, man, they're loving you in Georgia. What are you talking about? They kept screaming at you. I don't get it. They don't either. Claudette singing all the lead parts, and they're hollering at her. Sing it, Smokey, sing it. From the voice on the records, Barry laughed. They think Smokey's a girl. I think he's an F word. With a voice like that, he's got to be an F word. I'm in a tailor shop in Philly, and this cat's rattling my cage. He's one of these needlers, itching for action. Me, I'm still thinking sticks and stones. I ignore him. I hated these F words, the guy continues. They're taking over the world. Someone needs to teach him a lesson. The man's so determined to fight. He fakes an accident, bumping and knocking me to the ground. A left hook to his jaw was my measured reply. We wind up on the street, slugging it out. The passerby get a good show. I wreck the bastard. Feel foolish fighting for my manhood, but like any other dude, you can only push me so far. West Grand Boulevard was the name of the street. Barry had bought a routine B-flat 2-story house on the same strip as a funeral home and beauty shop. We were wedged in between. He and Ray, that would be the Sugar Ray, and one of you all in the comments asked, who is Sugar Ray? Sugar Ray is Raynoma Gordy Singleton, Barry Gordy's second wife. The one he shizzed on the worst. He and Ray and their newborn son, Carrie, moved upstairs. I think, is Carrie Rockwell, y'all? Downstairs became headquarters. Kitchen became the control room. Garage became the studio where we'd cut way over there and shop around. The living room was bookkeeping. The dining room sells. Barry stuck a funky sign in the front window, Hitsville, USA, and we were in business. You say that you know